I'm sure very incredible people are telling me this. So we, in the province of Sindh, it will be the first time outside the United States of America that advanced AI technology will be deployed to make predictive algorithm based and trained on local Pakistani population and disease patterns. So the actual subjects will be local Pakistani patients, and because genetics, I'm sure I'm not an expert, but obviously we have different diseases than the ones in the West, and there are different treatments for us, and we need to learn from our own patients and learn from our own prognosis of diseases that we have in this country. Inshallah, after the JPMC, we'll have AI models in other institutes also, and I encourage all institutes in the province to come forward and give proposals to the provincial government to use this modern technology, because we can't be left behind. Obviously, I've made certain observations regarding what we should not be doing in the future. This is my view, maybe completely wrong, not an expert. You doctors, you researchers are the ones who will lead us, and I assure you that the government of Sindh will provide you with the utmost support under the constraints that we have. One last thing, as Dr. Tariq Rafi pointed out, I'd want to say this. A couple of days ago, 3 or 4 days ago, we've learned suddenly that the federal government is stopping. I know the federal government is under a financial crunch. We are under a financial crunch. We've got problems. But we can't, and this is what had happened in 2012 also, and I'll tell you about that story too. I'll just go to 2012 first. In 2012, at that time, I was the provincial finance minister. We made a budget. At that time, even 1.9 billion rupees was a lot of money. We made a budget and set funds for these 3 hospitals in Karachi, the NICVD, the JPMC and the NICH. And the finance secretary came to me, I remember it was the 6th or 7th of July, saying that we have a whole of, I don't remember the exact amount, but it should be around this 1.9 billion or 2 billion rupees that we have to fill in, because they've not left it, these hospitals don't have any money and they can't function. The chief minister then was very kind. We took it to him, the health department and the finance department, and he approved this additional 2 billion rupees outside budget. Normally, outside budget allocation not done in the first week of the financial year. We had to do it. And this time around again, they've given us some advance notice. But again, the almost 12 billion is what they were giving the Sindh hospital. This is in addition to the 32 billion that the HEC has recommended for the universities, because they took into account the 11 billion rupees that were coming from the federal government. And 4 or 5 days back, we were told that they're not going to give us any money. And this is going back on their commitment, because under the National Finance NFC Award of 2010, they had committed that they will continue funding the universities till the next NFC. The next NFC is not here. So, saying that the next National Financial Commission Award, we're going to increase the province's share so that they can take care of the universities. But till then, we will continue funding the universities. The first thing, the first thing that they did to go back on their words was they froze our allocation to 2011. So that was it. Not talking about the 3 hospitals here, they withdrew those completely, and the budgets did not increase. So that is why we started off with 5 billion rupees about 6 or 7 years ago, if I remember correctly, to supplement the universities in Sindh, and now we stand at more than 20 billion rupees this year, because there's no way these universities can function if we don't support them. And suddenly this year there's another hole of 11 billion rupees from the federal government. And I take this opportunity, because I'm sure this would go on. This is not acceptable. We will not accept it. I'm going to write to the Prime Minister to continue funding at least at the levels that they were doing earlier. If they're not increasing, at least they should continue funding at the levels that they were